Hello, everyone, and welcome to the HHWShow Podcast. I'm with Hector. Frank will join us probably momentarily as he's got stuck doing his own thing over there in the state of Florida. But of course, I'm here, your host, OV1. And yeah, baby, this weekend, it's an early morning. Put your alarms on because at 5 a.m. is definitely going to start the Elimination Chamber. Now, I don't know if that's going to be the kickoff or the actual run for the Elimination Chamber, but regardless, it is going to be a good old breakfast watching the Elimination Chamber. But as far as the people from Europe, I mean, by that time, they're already having their lunch, so to say, right? So big shout out to Steve for the SCW wrestling channel over there. And then, of course, on the East Coast, man, woo-wee. I don't know how much party you're going to do Friday night for Saturday morning wake-up call. But I tell you what, this is a match that you don't want to miss, man. 2 elimination chambers, 2 actual singles competition. And then, of course, we got a tag team championship on the line. There's some added, interviews that we're going to talk about. And then, of course, hopefully things are starting to settle down as we start getting these official match cards for WrestleMania 40.
Oh yeah, I mean this is exciting. Just how close WrestleMania is to us. I know we don't want to overlook the Elimination Chamber. This is going to be an exciting weekend. I know for you, you said 5. For me, I got to be up at 4 in the morning. I'll be up before the roosters crow.
Oh man, let me tell you. Oh man.
Hey,
right. You got it rough over there. I mean, there's only a 1 hour difference, but you still got it rough.
But hey, we've done this when we was in the service, right? When we was overseas, we want to watch something live. Gotta be up to crack of dawn.
I got you better. Like we, get the drinking on about 4 in the morning, knowing you got to be at work at 6:30 in the morning. We remember them days.
And then you see white walls. Yeah, I know.
White walls. Yeah. Well, you know what? Let's not go there. Let's move on. Let's move on. All right. And talking about all that stuff.
Yeah.
Let me bring this to you. If you're here in the state of Connecticut, where I'm from, you want to take a look at Northeast Wrestling is making a comeback. That's right. It's almost been probably like almost a year since we haven't seen Northeast Wrestling from Bethany, Connecticut. Big news. Matt Riddle is coming to town. He'll be in Denver, Connecticut, Saturday, April 27th. I'm hearing that the match cards is going to be stacked. It's going to be like, look, if you ever been to independent wrestling, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, these are the type of shows you need to go because it is just as good as watching the WWE on television. Northeast Wrestling has City Havoc in action. Matt Riddle. Tickets go on sale tomorrow, February 21st. You could go on northeastwrestling.com. The event will happen at Henry Abbott Tech High School, and that is right off of I-84. And if you don't know where Danbury, Connecticut is, from Connecticut, you just head towards New York. All right, just go on West 84, go all the way down, baby. All right. But if you're coming from New York, again, find your way to 84, go east. It's right off the highway. The high school is actually pretty big. The last time I was there, Hector, I got to see what's his name? Hacksaw Jim Duggan. He actually, we did the Pledge of Allegiance, said the national anthem, and then off he went. It was pretty dope. And of course, it was a lot that was going on. A lot of AEW wrestlers showed up, and that's what's special about AEW specific, because these guys not only wrestle on TV, but they'll be able to go to different wrestling promotions and perform. And that's what, of course, is best for business. But here right now, Matt Riddle, man, like I'm digging him. Also, maybe these are flirtatious. This is not official. I'm not saying they're gonna be there.
Right.
But NEW's trying to flirt around with Mustafa Ali and Matt Cordova. It will be pretty awesome to see these guys make their presence there at Northeast Wrestling. But the guys I'm looking forward to is these guys right here. Former tag team champions, Waves and Curls, the former heavyweight champion. And if I'm not mistaken, he's supposed to be still be the tag team champions, Dan Moff. I'm missing Wrecking Ball. the biggest heel right now, Brad Baylor, and of course the NXT Live Champion, the victorious BRG and his Victorium. I miss these guys, man. These guys are like I'm a true fans for all of them. I can't wait to see them, and I hope that they're all there on April 27th. And a big shout out goes to Brad Hollister and JT Dunn. Congratulations, Brad, for being a father. I don't know the exact date, but I know a couple of days ago he did have his firstborn child. Uh, Mad respect. I mean, this guy, man, his charisma and everything he brings to the ring is phenomenal. And then JT Dunn, he is expecting a baby this summer, if I'm not mistaken. He announced it on social media that him and his girl are going to have a baby. So congratulations to them. I mean, look, man, it's so beautiful to be talking about things like that, a positive and everything else, because, man, let me tell you, around these things that's going on around the world, it's always room for good news.
Oh yeah, so like you said, there's so much negativity in the world. What's talking about something positive like this, bringing life into this world, hopefully to make a difference for when they grow up. Yeah, that'd be great. You know what I'm saying? And
Right,
to say
absolutely.
that, and for them two to have kids, who knows? They grow up together and they become tag team champions.
You know.
Yeah.
Big shout out to Sandra Arroyo Sanchez. Wrestling's back, baby. All thanks to If You Smell. We can't say that no more. Remember, The Rock banned us from saying that stuff. So, but I'm not. But you know what I'm smelling? I'm smelling some fresh over here. Nikki Duke and Tino San Antonio. I hope they show up for Northeast Wrestling, man. I can't wait. Yes, I hope. That all depends because Nikki Duke is in Women of Wrestling, which is part of CBS Sports. So let's see if she can release there. But Tina San Antonio, close to home, we have a common friend, and can't wait to see them. But biggest news here, man, and it was on Monday Night Raw. Intercontinental Championships on the line. The Ring General Gunther versus Jey Uso, and where, look, I may not have that said it on the show, but if you paid attention to Jimmy Uso, who interfered, we're gonna get to that later, the match with Cody Rhodes, I said to myself, he gonna do something stupid against his brother, knowing that the title is on the line. And sure enough, he did. Okay. You got to give props to Jey Uso. Give him props, man. Give him props for the so many spears that he gave Gunther. Okay. But the tragedy happened at the very end with Jimmy rang the bell before the 3 count and then ended up just taking what's supposed to be a win for Jey Uso. That is messed up, man.
It is. And, he's living up to the name, the main event, Jey Uso. He's proven that he can do this on his own. He took Gunther all the way to the limit here. I mean, this is probably the most vulnerable we've seen Gunther since his Intercontinental title reign started. I mean, he really had no answer at the end. Jey had all the momentum. But, yeah, somebody should have stopped the Bloodline from even being on Raw last night. But it is what it is. The fuel is lit up hotter than it has been before.
There's got to be some consequences for this, man.
Gosh.
Like, come on. Like, how many of these matches do we have to see? All right. Why not have like a fair fight? You know what I mean? Like, and they had no business. That's the thing. There was no business for them to be there.
Oh, you're right. But what's fair nowadays? It's not like what it used to be back in the day where you get a fair fight. No,
that is true. That is true. That is true. I give you that. But
so that's why
it's no brother. You're talking about, listen, you're talking about the Bloodline. Okay. You're talking about we're stronger than ever. Would it not be stronger than ever if Jey Uso won the Intercontinental Championship? If anything, his brother should have been side by side, be like, yo, mad respect, man. You left the Bloodline. You did what you had to do. Can you please come on back and join the family? The Rock is back. Why don't you come back too? Let bygones be bygones. Let's all rest. I mean, look, how many times do we have Family Feud and then at the very end we come together. Sadly to say, to my family, when things like that happen, somebody has to die in order for us to have a family reunion. Then we all see each other and be like, "Oh man, I missed you. Let me. We should catch up. Let's do this." And then years go by, somebody else died, then you're back again. You know what I mean? But for this circumstances, man, why? I don't understand. A jealousy? Are you jealous?
Yeah, he is jealous. I mean, big brother's jealous of little brother because little brother's doing his thing. He's got the crowd on his side. He's got allies now. Big
Mm,
brother don't know what he wants to do, where he's at, what he doesn't know his place. Jimmy does not know his place. Jay
mm.
knows his place. You see, he had to go through trial by fire to get the respect of the locker room because of his past. And so now it's all going on his side now.
The only
Jim,
way these two brothers are gonna get together is Rikishi, and Rikishi has to be involved and getting his kids in line.
true, but sometimes, I guess as a parent, he's gonna have to step back and let them figure it out as adults.
Mm. And you're right, they will figure it out because that match is going to happen at WrestleMania 40. Something that was discussed about a year ago about them wishing that they could have that WrestleMania moment.
Right.
This is it right here. This is something that they dreamed about since little kids that they want to compete. Now, in the storyline, I'm like, yo, daddy got to come over here and regulate. Okay. Like, if your kids are fighting, I mean, how many times, in the household do your kids fight and then you always try to find a resolution, find that thin line, like, okay, let's come together. Or you get that cocotazo and be like, hey, pótate bien, whatever, and all that good stuff, right? I mean, there's a combination of everything, but there's always order. There's got
Right.
to be order within that family with the Usos.
I would think that something like that would happen if Solo intervenes into this and taking
Mm-hmm.
Jimmy's side. Then yeah, you need order, and I would see right there a father stepping in because his boys needs to settle this like men to see who is, the bigger brother, pretty much in this sense. But little brother, got to stay out of this. You see, Solo's gonna have to stay out of this,
I
and if
think Solo's been staying out of it. Like, that's why he never showed up. And if for anything, I'm gonna assume that Jimmy went rogue. He went out there to handle business with Cody, but I bet you nothing was said about him and Jey Uso. Now we
yeah,
go back to SmackDown, and Roman Reigns came out hugging Jimmy and everything else, saying, "Let's go fix what Jay messed up." Now, what does that mean? I have no idea. But Jey Uso's been gone for a while now.
yeah,
You can't use his name anymore on SmackDown. But then he gonna show up on Raw? Come on, man. Now this
yeah.
is a brother to brother thing in which they got to settle. But I tell you this: when the family fights family, that does not make that family strong.
Yeah, no, you're right. It divides them more than keeping them together is strong. But if this is what this is going to have to take to get these two brothers to reunite, to
Mhm.
fix things, then it is a long time coming because
Right.
we've always known them as probably one of the greatest tag teams ever to assemble as brothers. And we never thought, okay, who is the brother Uso? But now we're going to finally find out pretty soon. But if this is going to reunite them in the future, they have to have it out now.
It's not gonna happen soon because there
Right,
will be a civil war. There
right.
will be a civil war within the bloodline, and you could take that with the playbook for the Avengers. But let's move on
Yeah,
here because there's more to this. Now, again, this is the stare down at the Royal Rumble between the brothers, Jay and Jimmy. So we're gonna see more of these stare downs leading up to WrestleMania. But at the beginning, you could see Jimmy's wilding over there. And you notice he's trying to get a hand clap and everything else, but Solo wasn't buying it. Solo was so focused on the mission. And almost sound like Test of Strength here in Connecticut. There's a group called The Mission. But these guys, man, like Solo, man, he's so focused on making sure everything is just right. He is acting like the right-hand man of the tribal chief. And then Jimmy, man, like he's whack. I'm gonna tell you that right now. He is definitely whack. But
But
that
he,
led to Drew McIntyre winning the match.
yeah, Solo is taking orders and he is executing what he is being told to do. Jimmy, I think he's just in the way.
Yeah.
I think that's all he is, just a distraction, so Solo could do what he has to do.
He's like that. I don't know. I got to figure out a movie or something like that. You ever seen like those comedy mob movies? And Jimmy's one of those people. Like, I'm thinking about a movie right now. It's not coming to my head. Watch me after the show, and then boom, it's that comedian that come nights Night of the Roxbury.
Okay.
Well, not see now. I gotta type it in.
The
Night
big
of the
one or the
Rocks,
little one?
the little one.
Oh, him, yeah. Yeah, he was on
His name
Saturday
is
Night Live.
Chris Cadden. Chris Cadden came out in a movie. He was in a mob movie, but it was a comedy one. Oh, Corky Romano. Remember that movie, Corky Romano?
Yeah, yep.
That's what Jimmy Uso reminds me of, Corky Romano. Absolutely. Like he deer to the head don't even know what's going on. He just do things like idiotically.
And it's like, to me, it's like Solo just tolerates it. He's not going to acknowledge anything that Jimmy does, but he just tolerates him being around.
You know why? Because Roman told him, like, dude, just don't trust him. Just do you and ignore his ass. You know what I mean? Like,
but this right here, this was a cheap way for Drew to win, man. He's a hypocrite.
Yes, he is. And Michael Cole said it. He's a hypocrite because you talk all that smack about the Bloodline, and now the Bloodline did that. You did nothing about it.
Right.
Now it's all about me. He's selfish. He's definitely selfish. Okay. But hey, enough of that. Once again, a big shout out to all the fans out there. Thank you for your support. I did not know till today that we gained some viewers and subscribers. So I want to say thank you on behalf of the HHW Show crew. The hours have accumulated, and it's surprising because, again, it's like we do this for fun. We enjoy wrestling. It's not something that we have a goal of being rich or nothing like that. This is our hobby. And we just love doing this, man. Like, we're not trying to be like those TikTok stars or the YouTubers or something. We're not trying to sell you Prime, but we're not trying to sell you some whack stuff that's going on around social media. You know what I mean? But this is what I'm selling. Okay. And it's a claim. Now, you could take it, or you could just tell me, Ovi, shut up. You don't even know what you're talking about. But I'm going to start. Are you ready?
Go ahead.
All right. So here's the start, baby. Bing. Let's start with the new season of Smackdown. Okay. And we had announced the new general manager, and the first test of the new general manager, all we see is a stare down between Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes. Remind you that Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso at the time were tag team champions. So, of course, they had to bounce back and forth from Raw and SmackDown. But that is the stare down of the start of the new season. Are you ready? We're moving on. Then after day one, The Rock shows up. All right. This is the national championship of college football. Okay. 2 hours away from Pasadena, California, The Rock shows up to the arena and announces he wants a seat at the table. Now, gladly, I was like, hell yeah. Yeah, the people wanted this. And this is way before the Royal Rumble. The people wanted this. But I'm saying to myself, this has to be related to what's going on with business. Because a seat at the table, he's at the table. He's the director. He's the man in the TKO group over there, in which, again, WWE moving to Netflix and everything else. And he's one of the board members. So he's taking a seat. No, not so fast. There he goes. Cody Rhodes wins the Royal Rumble. And everybody thinks, oh, yeah, it might be him. And of course, Seth Rollins or Roman Reigns. But then this happened. The Rock shows up, and everyone is like, "Oh no, what is going on here? He is not going to be at WrestleMania. Like The Rock is taking his place." Now people are like bad feedback. But I want you to look at that handshake. I want you to look at that handshake. Look very closely. Look at the Rock's face right there. Whatever he said in his ear later on, we're about to find out later. Okay. Now, there's a lot of things that Cody Rhodes has said in that one. Okay. And here we go. He did say he wants the championship. He did say that it is not going to happen at WrestleMania.
Yep.
He did say that he wants to take everything away from the tribal chief. He didn't say Roman Reigns specifically. He said the tribal chief. He's going to take everything. Okay. He consulted with someone close to him. He consulted with family. He consulted with a whole bunch of people. And he consulted with one individual. And his name was The Rock, Dwayne Johnson. And there you have it. Then you have that stare down. Words were exchanged and everything else. And then the shot heard around the world. Well, I should say the slap that was heard around the world. Okay? They took the Will Smith playbook. That's what happened. That's like Will Smith smacking Chris Rock. That's exactly what happened. And nothing else happened in exchange. You don't even hear Cody Rhodes say something about The Rock. Okay?
I don't, to even add to that, Roman Reigns didn't do anything. If you're the tribal chief, you don't got no control. You're not controlling the situation like you're supposed to.
No. And that's another indicator. Who is the chief? Who's in charge? Who is the tribal chief? I thought the tribal chief runs the show. He hasn't been running the show since The Rock's appearance. Let him know that the last Smackdown, which nothing really happened, that was probably the worst closeout of Smackdown.
But who
was hearing The Rock?
But yeah,
okay?
he took center stage of it again.
And again, you're ahead of me. You're ahead of me, my friend.
Sorry.
Yes, mi hermano. That's what happened. But look at the signal. Everybody got one except for The Rock. That's an L to me.
Okay.
I'm just saying. Saying.
There's something else. Do you see something else there?
Did I miss something in this picture?
I think you might have.
I might have.
Okay. Why is 3 people behind the tribal chief, but The Rock isn't? He's in front of him.
Why was The tribal chief on the right-hand side of The Rock when after The Rock cursed and said something to Triple H walking out the building? There's a lot of things, okay? But a lot of people not seeing that. Everyone's jumping the gun like, oh man, Cody's not going to finish the story. But if you pay attention to The Rock, what he said Cody Rhodes, he going to finish that story and he's going to start his. Now, people are going to imagine him saying that he's going to finish the story without a title and everything else. But The Rock is not, he doesn't care about the title. If you pay attention to the words he's saying, it's all about the family tree. It is the most important thing. Okay? And we had this discussion last weekend about the family tree, and we were like getting all the headache, like who goes here, who goes where, and everything else. But I'm gonna tell you, why hasn't they hugged each other? Why didn't they embrace each other yet? Why did the tribal chief and everybody else walk away while The Rock was still posing in the corner to corner, shaking hands with fans and everything else? Why did they walk away? I'm just saying. Oops. We're moving on to that one. Jump the gun on that one. John, that's the next segment. So, we gotta like clear our minds a little bit after we dissect this. So, what my claim is that Roman Reigns is going to be distracted. Roman Reigns is going to be distracted and not know what's coming, and he's going to blame Paul Heyman because he is the wise man, and he's not going to be that wise because The Rock knows how to play the game.
You're right. I give you that much. The Rock knows how to play this game, and I go back to saying this, what I said earlier, that The Rock, I don't think, forgets things that has happened to him in the past. Okay. 10 years ago, when Roman Reigns was the muscle of the Shield, The Rock took a power bomb. He took a Shield power bomb and was left in the middle of the ring, just laying there like carcass. So could that be another indicator that The Rock is playing mind games with Roman Reigns, making him think that he's going to have a successful WrestleMania? Honestly, I'm going to tell you right now, I am not totally convinced yet that Roman Reigns is going to lose that title at WrestleMania. I think this 3-year-long reign is something that is going to continue on just a little bit longer. Not that much longer, a little bit longer. I think it goes past WrestleMania to make us think that it's going to all end at WrestleMania when it could be ending somewhere else at another pay-per-view, or even on SmackDown, just to throw everybody off course, to make you think, okay, you think you know what you're going to get, but you really don't. The Rock is playing mind games with every single one of us.
But I think the only one that knows the truth is Cody Rhodes. I mean, why not Cody Rhodes tell Seth Rollins that he was right, that he needs an alliance?
Well, yeah,
I'm just saying, like, why he has not spoken? Why he's not like confronted and said, all right, Seth, I need your help. I want you on my team, like he did at Survivor Series.
No, that's that pride. Cody thinks that he can come back and do this on his own, and he's seeing that he's figuring out that he can't.
Or he's listening to The Rock when he told him this is the plan. Remember from the very beginning, he took advice. He did this. He did that. He is playing the playbook. He is going along. Why not? And maybe you're right. Maybe, just maybe, you're absolutely right when you're saying that he might not lose the title. That it could be in the long run. Maybe that's what Cody Rhodes was saying all along. It's not going to happen at WrestleMania. Right. Maybe it's going to happen at SummerSlam.
Right. See, and all these little things that everybody's saying, we have to really now focus into those and encrypt it, because if we just take it for what it's worth on the surface, we're never going to figure this out. This is perfect storytelling right here. Breaking down the messages that everybody is saying, which is mostly right now the Rock and Cody Rhodes. And maybe Seth Rollins, because Roman Reigns ain't saying nothing. And so it's like I've been.
Doesn't it like fall back to what John Cena was saying when they first had that rivalry with Roman Reigns? Like, why is John Cena back every time? Because of you. You know what I mean? I always gotta fix things. Yeah, right. I gotta always do this and do that. You know what I mean? Like,
But does The Rock need to be here to fix things for Roman? Because Roman seems to be doing things on his own.
No. Well. I think The Rock is there to make a claim that he is the tribal chief, that he is the man. And he's been proving it not only in the ring, outside the ring, in every industry, everything he steps foot, he's always been on top. And that is what is truly about being a tribal chief. Always giving. Always. Remember, you don't never hear Roman Reigns saying, right? Especially during the rivalry with Kevin Owens, I provide for others. That's why you haven't matched for me. You don't hear that no more. Now everything's me.
Yeah.
There's no like family. Why did he not fix Jey Uso and Jimmy Uso? Why did Jey have to leave? You know what I mean? It's like after certain circumstances here and there, why did Roman Reigns have to low blow Jey Uso? Why does a lot of things have to happen when, if you're the bloodline and you're thinking about family sticks together? And right now that family is not sticking together. It's all about commands.
Look, you make a lot of valid points to make anybody believe that Cody finishes the story at WrestleMania. I just feel that there's something more to this.
This is a Daniel Bryan story all over again.
Right. It seems like it. But something could be going on here to where I really don't see The Rock getting back into the ring full time. So this whole thing that he's saying that should he sit at the head of the table, is that just an encrypted message saying that I'm going to make sure that Roman loses the title because he's not the people's champion like I am. I mean,
no one's
it's
the
just,
people's champion but The Rock.
I get that. And so if by helping strip the title away from Roman Reigns, he's still the people's champion. He's still what people look to and not Roman Reigns. I don't know. But right now, I need more evidence in the court of law to prove to me that Roman Reigns is going to lose this title and end this over 1,200-day reign of being heavyweight champion.
Well, we're going to continue on with this. And as weeks go by, we'll see the development, especially this Saturday, where Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes will make a special appearance on the Grayson Waller show in Australia. So it'll be maybe we'll get a surprise battle. There's always a battle. Grayson's not going to just invite two people and that's it. Go ahead.
And also, why is CM Punk still lingering around? Because even though we did not see it on the show last night after they went off the air, but why does Cody call CM Punk into the ring? Is he trying to build allies? Even though CM Punk is on the shelf, he can still help do damage on the outside. Just saying.
That's a good point.
Because him and The Rock had exchange of words, and they've had battles in the years past too. I'm not trying to sit here and convince myself that Roman's going to lose his belt, but it's just more fuel to the fire here to add that there's these pieces of the puzzle here with everybody. I mean, The Rock, he laid down the Smackdown on Cody Rhodes back in the day when he had that funny looking mustache. Okay. So
dirt. Yeah.
Right. So there's a past with everybody in this ring here. Right. With everybody in this story so far. So
yeah. Hey, listen, more to come, and it's exciting because we're so close. After the Elimination Chamber is nothing but getting ready for WrestleMania, which is happening April 6 and 7. 2 days, 2 nights, and it's fabulous, man. I just can't wait. We got one official match, but we're about to have more official matches after the Elimination Chamber. But let's take a break for a moment, man. Let's take a break. And I know Frank is coming on pretty soon. He probably doesn't even know how to spell his name. But I'm going to fix that with him. I'm going to edit his name before I bring him in. Here we go, Frank. Frank, you hear me, buddy? Yeah, he's in his car.
I got you.
You're in your car, yo?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't, hey,
car,
thank you for joining us. And I know you're coaching. Oh, was it football?
Yeah, 7-on-7.
7-on-7. How about this, man? Let me show you something, man. I don't want you to be distracted while you're driving, but the question of the day is Tiffany Stratton or Chelsea Green? Your vote. Tiffany Stratton or Chelsea Green?
Chelsea Green, bro.
Oh, look.
Why? Because there's two pictures?
Yeah. You can see more of her. I like that view. But I mean, I got a question though.
It better be about this.
It is. Can I just take both?
No, it's one or the other.
Damn, man. Is that like a 2-for-1 offer?
No.
All right, then it's Chelsea Green.
Okay, you got Chelsea Green.
I like the way they pronounce it.
I like my Tiffy time, so I'm gonna stick with my Tiffy time.
All right, you could stick with Tiffy time.
However, what I did notice is that Chelsea Green is with Matt Cardona. Remember Zack Ryder?
Whoa.
Oh yeah, whoa.
Right, and Tiffany is dating Ludwig Kaiser from Imperium. Now that is so crazy. Now I say that craziness because of the fact that, look, I mean, it is what it is, and me and Hector were talking about it earlier. It was like, this girl got in the ring. Let me see, back in 2000, what did I say it was? 2021. And in 2022, he hooks up with the guy, and it's almost like, oh, he's such a sweetheart. It seems like it's first love at first sight or something like that.
Love at first
I don't
sight.
think this is gonna last. You know, most of this stuff don't last. I don't know.
Love at first tiff sight. Yeah.
She did the Tiffy time on him.
I know before, I think it was last week when we talked about the two, I did say Tiffy. But looking at those natural pictures, I gotta go with Chelsea. Seriously. She looks to me more natural.
Yes.
Yeah, she is natural. Yeah. I gotta give you that. Absolutely. We'll see, man.
You know
we'll
what?
see.
I just think that the pictures don't do Tiffy much justice.
Well, look, honestly,
Let's put Tiffy in the same type of outfit.
Yeah, Tiffany looks like she's more dressed to actually do a photo shoot with the makeup and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
To where Chelsea in this picture, she looks a little more natural, like she just got out the shower. She's about to drink her cup of coffee for the day.
I don't know about drinking that coffee though, but all right.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, she's not really gonna.
I'm just trying to keep this.
About to drink coffee.
I'm just trying to keep this PG here, okay, guys? Look, I'm just trying to keep this PG here.
All right, moving on to the next one here. Stephanie McMahon or Mandy Rose, and this is Stephanie McMahon back when she was young. She played a lot of roles in the WWE, and then you got Mandy Rose as the former NXT champion.
I take Mandy Rose.
Yeah, I think I agree. I would side with Mandy Rose.
Damn, man, I'm surprised. I thought one of y'all will mention Stephanie McMahon, but okay. All right, no problem. Well, guess what? It is what it is. It's fabulous to see the WWE and the divas and all the hot ladies that come out in the WWE. But Frank, I'm gonna tell you right now, man, you better be driving carefully, man, because you're worrying me. You're always looking around like you a suspect or something. What's going on with that wheel? And let me zoom into you. Let me holler at you.
I think Frank thinks he's on the last lap of the Daytona 500, which just already.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah,
man, he looks so small behind that wheel, though.
I know it.
Yeah, man, I'm trying to figure things out in this car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This guy driving look, he's always looking at the rearview mirror, like he's getting chased. You're in Miami.
You have to be aware of your surroundings.
Oh yeah. Okay.
You gotta be aware of your surroundings.
The biggest view is always up front, man. Can never look at the past.
But you gotta look around what's behind you.
Ain't that what you used to tell me? The rearview mirror is so small.
Yes, sir.
But all right, man, you be careful out there. But
yes, sir.
We're moving on to the prediction show. The Elimination Chamber is happening in Perth, Western Australia. It is the home country of Rhea Ripley, and she's approximately about an hour away from her hometown. And she started her career there in the independent circuit, and she made through NXT UK and the NXT, made it to the main roster, and she is currently the world's women's champion. Okay, so with that, we're going to start off with the Elimination Chamber first match, which is probably the main event, being that she is the home favorite here. Rhea Ripley versus Nia Jax. Hector, who you got in this match?
I got Rhea Ripley. She retains this title, but I believe she knows she's in for a physical fight here. It's not going to be easy for her, but no outside interference, nobody to be around. She take care of Nia Jax.
I'm with you there. Frank, who you got?
I got Rhea Ripley. I mean, she's in her hometown, man. She's not going to lose there.
Yeah, I mean, for Nia Jax, she trying to make a statement that she did on Raw, just crushing everybody, making everybody look like last place. You know what I mean?
Like caca.
If Nia Jax were to lose this match, I don't think we will see the end of her unless she has a battle with Raquel Gonzalez.
That would be good.
That would be good.
Yeah. A tie-up between the two colossals like that, yeah.
Absolutely. All right, moving on to the Elimination Chamber, the women's event. 6 women, only 1 woman would win and move on to go against Rhea Ripley for her title. Liv Morgan, Raquel, which was the last minute, Naomi, Becky Lynch, Bianca Belair, and Tiffany Stratton. Hector, you go first.
Looking at the process of elimination here, I'm going with Becky Lynch to win this. I really do. I think she'll set the bar here to be the favorite, to have this storyline drag out a little bit with Rhea Ripley till WrestleMania. I just don't see anybody else. I don't see anyone else fitting in this with Rhea Ripley. So I got Becky Lynch, the man.
This is going to be the 7th event for the women's division. Yeah, this is the 7th event, right? No, I'm sorry. This is the 6th event for the women's elimination chamber. And most of the winners have come if they are the 6th person to move out. Okay. The last person to enter the chamber usually wins this match. And the very first one was Alexa Bliss. Bianca Belair has won it, and Asuka has won it. Shayna Baszler won it at number 4, and the only number one, was the inaugural WWE Women's Tag Team Championship, the Boston Hug Connection, which was Bayley and Sasha Banks. So I'm thinking if it's Becky Lynch, I think she's going to be number 4. I'm picking number 4 to win this match. So, Hector, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Which number is going to win it?
Oh, Lord have mercy. We're doing this crap again.
Oh, yes. We got to. We got to.
I'm going with 3. I think Becky Lynch will come in at number 3 and win it.
Okay. All right. Frank, who is your winner?
He's pointing one. He's playing charades here. 1 word, 2 syllables. Sounds like crime. Tiffy time. Oh, we got 2.
Oh, there we go.
We had 2 friends.
All right. Hold on.
Ooh.
I got you. There we go. Let's go.
If you want to,
It's going to be Becky at number 1.
Becky Lynch is going to be number 1. Okay.
Yes.
You know what? To show that she could be like Nia Jax did. Yeah, I guess number 1 could be probable. Yeah. I don't see Liv Morgan. She's a latecomer. I don't see Raquel. She just got there. Naomi's just got signed. Bianca Belair has no feud. Tiffany just got called up on the main roster. And she's going to probably be the most impressive woman in this match. But I got to say, because Becky Lynch has been on television 24/7, there's no way I could see that she could lose this match. She has so many promos with Rhea Ripley. I don't know. It's like every segment, she's always there. And these other ladies are just fill-ins.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I got a feeling that she is going to win. And I think she's probably more likely going to be number 4. I'm sticking with my number 4.
All right. We got 1, 3, and 4. 1 + 3 is 4. Okay, nice.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
All
Look at that.
Yes. All right, moving on to the men's elimination chamber. We got Kevin Owens, Bobby Lashley. We also have Randy Orton, Drew McIntyre, Logan Paul, and LA Knight. Go ahead, Frank.
I say Randy Orton on this. For some reason, I think it's going to be Randy Orton. I'm tired. I mean, I honestly don't want to see Drew McIntyre win it. I think it's going to be Randy Orton. Something's going to happen there. That's going to be him.
What number do you pick for the men's?
Number 3.
Number 3. All right, moving on to Hector.
Frank, I'm gonna upset you, but I got Drew McIntyre.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got Drew McIntyre in this one.
Please tell me why.
Well, look at the panel of superstars we got here. I mean, Kevin Owens and Logan Paul, I think they just canceled themselves out right there.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Randy Orton cancels out with LA Knight. That just leaves the wild card of Bobby Lashley there. But I just think Drew McIntyre is going after this title. And he's going to come in at number 6. I think he's going to be the last one in. He's going to let these guys do what they got to do, and then he's going to claymore everybody.
It all depends what happened on SmackDown. I still didn't figure out who won that match because they didn't say, or maybe it just ends up that nobody's winning because there's already a tape match. But Drew McIntyre, LA Knight being last, I would say that the winner would be like the number 6 on that match, right? And Drew McIntyre is probably the most active superstar out of all 6 right there. So why not him be number 6? And for the most part, only 3 have, 3 have won it at number 6. You got John Cena, Daniel Bryan, Randy Orton has won it. But then you also add the tag team championship, the New Day. They've won it at number 6. We could easily say Brock Lesnar, even though they got him at number 5, but that was because Bobby Lashley was concussed and he had to be taken out. That was back in 2022. So my number on this one, I'm gonna stick with number 6. Whoever's the number 6 person is going to win. But I agree with you. I think everything's aiming at Drew McIntyre winning the Elimination Chamber. And the reason why I think that he is going to have his moment, his story, where he beats Seth Rollins at WrestleMania, but that's going to be taken away because Damian Priest is going to cash in the Money in the Bank briefcase. He's going to win at WrestleMania and become the world champion. And the reason why is Drew McIntyre always gave that indicator, you always did this wrong. There's always that rivalry. You always had Rhea Ripley telling Damian Priest, leave Drew alone. Stay focused on what has to be done. And he's always aggressive. You've seen that. Drew's always commented how dumb, Priest is and everything else. And I think that moment that Drew is going to celebrate that he won something in front of the crowd instead of COVID, right? And then finally, once he's ready, boom, it's going to be taken away because that's the person that he is. Because he's selfish and he's going to get what's coming to him.
I mean, I see what you're saying, but I got to see what the Judgment Day going to do with those tag titles first before I can even claim that Priest is going to cash in at WrestleMania.
Oh, they could lose it at the Elimination Chamber.
They're going to lose it.
Yeah, they could. But before we get there, let's talk about this. Let's talk about it. Grayson Waller, Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins. Nothing's ever peaceful in the Grayson Waller Effect show.
Yeah, he always got to stir things up.
Mm-hmm. He better be careful because he might get it from Solo.
Who knows? He might be a fan favorite come Saturday.
Well, he'll be a fan favorite in Australia. I guarantee you that. But
definitely.
It'd be interesting to see, but I think a lot more is going to develop here, and we're probably going to see some true colors. I do expect the Usos to be there. I do expect Jay to be there. I really do. There's got to be some karma, and what perfect place to just stir things up being at the Elimination Chamber in Australia. All right, tag team matchup. The undisputed tag team champions is on the line. Judgment Day versus, I think they had a team name, right? Peter Dunne and what was their name?
Yeah, I don't know.
It doesn't
It
matter.
doesn't matter.
I got a feeling that these titles are going to change hands.
I agree.
I disagree. I don't think they're gonna lose the tag titles.
You think they'll keep it for R-Truth and The Miz?
I think so. I think R-Truth is more the fan favorite to hold that tag title, one more time.
I don't think R-Truth is there for the title, though.
He doesn't need it, but why not put it around his waist just one last time? I think it'll be something great for the fans.
If anything, R-Truth is going to be to distract them, and they're going to lose those titles.
Okay, I can agree with that. That's a great possibility. But I just think Judgment Day walks away with these titles. I'll take the lone wolf on this.
Frank,
hopefully I'm up watching it.
I agree that they're going to lose the titles.
All right. So only Hector agrees that they'll retain as the tag team champions, and you and I agree that they're going to lose those titles. All right. I like it. I like it. I like it. Look, the biggest story right now, besides the Bloodline, is Jey Uso losing the Intercontinental Championship. We talked about that at the beginning of the show, and I'm just dumbfounded. Like, literally, as much as that was in the back of my head that Jimmy might do something, I really thought that maybe, just maybe, we could talk about being the new Intercontinental Champion. And Jey Uso has been the only superstar that was able to battle test Gunther. This is better than Drew McIntyre, better than Sheamus, okay? And these are the top superstars, man, like the heavyweights, and Jey Uso put them to shame. Literally had Gunther on the ground, and he could have lost that title if it wasn't for Jimmy hitting that bell.
Yeah.
Most definitely. I agree, but that's a setup. They're going to have their match at WrestleMania.
No, the match at WrestleMania will be the brothers facing each other. And
that's what I mean.
Predicting the Sheamus will make his appearance and go after Gunther for the Intercontinental Championship. And he finished his story as the only superstar to hold all championship belts.
I think Sheamus do deserve it. He needs to come back and finish that story.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I mean, he could do it like 3 seconds like he did Daniel Bryan. Hit him with that bro kick. Knock him out.
There we go. And this could be the match for WrestleMania. Could it be? Or could it be that Frank says Randy Orton could be the one? Regardless of the situation, it's going to be phenomenal. It's going to be outstanding. And there's more to it because we haven't even covered like 75% of the rest of what's going on in wrestling. Okay. We didn't even talk about the LWO. We didn't even talk about AJ Styles and the relationship with the OCs.
Oh boy.
We didn't even talk about like the AOP or what's going on over that way. But the one superstar before we end the show that I got to give credit to is Chad Gable. Chad Gable did an outstanding job. I'm just surprised there's not an extra title for the effort that he put in to defeat Ivar. But shouldn't there be like a television? I'm not talking about 24/7 title.
No, there was a television title at one time.
Yeah. Like, you got those guys that's always the mid-card champion.
Dude, you're talking about
champion.
You're talking about a participation trophy at this point.
It's not a participation trophy if you're battling every week.
Oh my goodness, a mid-card championship. Yeah, hey, look, this is my mid-card championship. He can't be a true champion, so we're just gonna give him a mid-card championship. So,
well, technically, they got the United States Championship that hasn't been defended.
Those are your mid-card championships.
But the Intercontinental Champion is no longer a mid-card champion, though. The IC title is no longer a mid-card title.
No, that's like the main title, it seems like.
Yeah, I mean, you can't go there, but there's just so many superstars. Really, there is so many superstars right now that you only have 2 titles in each, and then you got the tag team titles that bounces around between brands. I don't know. Now I understand the 24/7 was probably the most ugliest and worthless title in WWE history. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't like it. Did you?
No,
Um,
disgusting.
except for the segment with our truth again being at the hotel. I forgot that dude's name, but they were supposed to. They got married. You remember what I'm talking about?
Yes, yes, and that he
Was
couldn't
that word that
consummate
they're
his
supposed to?
marriage.
Yeah, there you go. That's probably, dude. That was probably the most hilarious segment I've seen. Um, anyways,
Skip,
it's
and
all
his name
good.
started with an S.
Mm.
Um,
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Um, but once again, you're listening to the HHW Show podcast presented by CMG Sports Central. What else? Please. And from the beginning of the show, I already announced it. Matt Riddle is coming to Connecticut, the Hat City Havoc that's going to be happening in Danbury, Connecticut. Tickets are being sold starting tomorrow at 10 o'clock in the morning, Eastern Time. Get your tickets. I'm going to be there. The HHW Show crew will be there, which is me and my guest, of course. But Northeast Wrestling is back, almost nearly a year of out of action. And definitely it is going to be fire. More to follow on this and much more. And stay tuned. And you can also follow the HHWShow.com. That's our website. It's, man, I just can't wait. Again, this is a great opportunity to meet a superstar that I haven't been able to see in person. He probably still be in flip flops. That's all right. But there's rumors of other superstars coming in. And once again, once I find out, of course, I will let you all know. NEW, Northeast Wrestling's coming back. And of course, this weekend, get up, set your alarm early because at 5 a.m., it is the Elimination Chamber. Thank you, Hector. About time you showed up, Frank. Good job. Until next time, I'll see you this weekend here on the Hard Hitting Wrestling Show. Got him.